jeez. Well, I'm a betting man, so I would say Nigma. I'll put it on them. However, I do quite enjoy this Undying pick. Feels like a very good game for Tombstone. Your best killer is the last pick hero, that's the Weaver. But against Enigma, that's a Blink Dagger Canceller. It's tons of night vision to catch him out. Once you drop that thing, Underlord doesn't really hit it. Pango doesn't really hit it. Like Rasta, one of the lowest attack ranges for a ranged hero in the game. So it really falls entirely on Miracle to kill the Tombstone. I know it's a position 5, but a lot of teams will actually late pick Undyings because there are no Tombstone killers. And I know that these teams value that very highly. It's one of the only position 5s. The 5 positions will last pick as a kind of trump pick because of that Tombstone. Not last pick, but like late pick. I really like Nature's Prophet as a hero too. It's like my second favorite hero to Pudge. So I just love to see this hero picked. I feel like the Sprout Leash's talent at level 20 is utterly broken and underutilized. Also, you can Roshan solo at 15 minutes. Nobody does it for some reason, but you can do it. There's no trick to it. You just press Sprout and you solo Roshan. That's it. With the Agnum Shard, of course.
Sure. I mean, why not just solo Roshan? That is the greatest feeling. There's also Roche potential on Nigma's side, right? Like, they've got the Serpent Wards.
Shadow Shaman, yeah, same thing. Same thing. Like, some of these heroes just have really bullshit ways of taking Roshan because of the damage changes. And Nature's Prophet, Shadow Shaman, those are 2 of those heroes.
Oh, now from Nigma too, we're seeing the 5 position Enigma. Like, we've talked about 5 position Enigma not really feeling like that great of an Enigma spot. I'm a little worried to see what this Enigma can do. It doesn't feel like I don't know, at least from the last time we saw it, it's something I personally have confidence in, but obviously Nigma here, they do, and they picked it up for Kuroki.
Yeah, in terms of position, like I do feel like 5 is the best position for it in the game. Now the issue is the laning. You oftentimes would run this position 5 Enigma because you can use Demonic Conversion on the creeps, but now it's got a 50-second cooldown at level 1, meaning you cannot use it on every single creep wave. That used to be how you would lane with the hero. He's, you know, other than that, he's a fairly weak laner. It's pretty easy to kill the little Eidolons. Those have been buffed, so maybe that's the reason why Kuroki thinks that this can work. But yeah, the laning is definitely weak. When you get into the game, it looks really good, though.
And we also said the last time we saw an Enigma that, like, the black holes from a 5 position Enigma aren't, like, the most important thing for him. But there seems to be plenty of ways to make sure that you don't feel comfortable throwing down a black hole, right? Like, is just Zai in general, like, you could be looking for Kuroki to make sure that that black hole is never coming out.
Yeah, swap, really low cooldown, really easy to hit. I think that if you're a core Enigma, the way you deal with that is you get a Lincoln Sphere, but that's like never coming out for a 5 position. So yeah, definitely Kuro's got the odds stacked against him in this game. But once again, he's a 5 position. Doesn't really matter. We've got a battle of the beefy boys mid, by the way.
Yeah.
Which oftentimes with RMN heading towards that mid lane, this is how you you end up, and Mickey playing his Mars, which he really enjoys.
First blood
They
kill
gotta
there,
kill him,
though.
Boxy.
Yeah, the first blood going the way of Miracle. That's exactly what you need. That's without Malefice too. Just throwing the Swarm out there, having that extra damage, so Miracle was able to get that kill. It's a little bit surprising. I thought, maybe once the Malefice is there, they'd get the kill, but level 2 for Kuroki, they're able to get themselves first blood.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Boxy's probably surprised by that as well, because Miracle went for a point in the Swarm, which is very uncommon, especially these days now that it's only 3 attacks to kill instead of 2 at level 1. It's yeah, very, very easy to kill those things. So he just didn't expect it. He just didn't expect the bugs to come out.
Trying to do some damage with the Stroke of Fate as well as the Magic Missile, but they go to the Swarm once again. It doesn't land onto either of these heroes, but Zai hit with the Malefice. The lockdown is there, and they'll get another kill. They backed off into the trees, and that might have been their undoing, because they really didn't have a way for Zai to get out of that chase once the Malefice was put on that bench. So 2 kills here down bottom for Nigma, and that's exactly the start that they need to really get things going. Inkswell with the Malefice, it makes it very hard for them to get a stun out from the Inkswell. But It does end up landing on a Kuroki. Not that they can have the follow-up damage to get a kill there. I was thinking maybe Miracle would go in and Shikuchi to try and get that kill, but he was a little bit far away once he got split by the Inkswell. He's got that level 2 into the Shikuchi. So again, Malefice once more in this bottom lane. They are really searching for blood. Magic Missile, Wave of Terror, and a minus armor on a Kuroki, but they still don't have the damage to get the kill. However, Miracle Shikuchi just gets out of the Inkswell. Kind of playing with fire here. They sit on the edge of these stuns.
Yeah, this is an interesting lane because, you know, Enigma traditionally not that strong of a position 5 laner, but against these two, you know, fairly squishy ranged heroes with inability to kill the Eidolons, it's looking actually pretty strong. And Miracle also going 1-2 build, no Geminate attack, means he's got less harass damage, but he's got the lower cooldown on Sakuchi, and every time the swarm is up, they're just going for kill attempts with it, which is kind of cool. Mind Control cutting the wave. He's doing some shenanigans up here. Nature's Prophet Undying. I can understand the desire to just not lane. what hero likes to lane against these two? That sounds hard.
Oh, cool. Getting decayed. This is great. This feels fun. I guess I'll stand here and continue to have this be
Oh, I'll just go ahead and get zoned 1v2. Yeah, that sounds like a good time for me.
Even the Hex and the Ether Shock, it just doesn't feel that great. There's not much really that they can do in the top lane, but bottom lane is doing its thing. They get another kill here. They'll take out Boxy for the second time. Things are feeling pretty good so far for Nigma to have this good start.
Honestly, and they've made it past the point of the game where I think that, like, Enigma, once you start getting levels, he's actually pretty strong. And same with Weaver. They nerfed his Sakuchi cooldown level 1. It's super punishable. But now that he's getting levels, once he's level 5, he feels like the same, you know, toxic laner that existed in the last patch that everybody was so sick of. And Enigma, same thing. His abilities got nerfed in the early levels, in particular the conversions. And now he's got that level 2, so it's really less of an issue. Only 5 seconds downtime on those little guys. Like, this is just going to get harder and harder for Zion Boxy.
Does something like this mean you need to move somebody else here? Do you maybe throw the Undying here? Is there anything, or did they just back up and kind of submit to the pressure from Nigma and concede the lane a little bit?
They definitely concede for a few minutes, and then I think Mickey makes a rotation because Mickey, he can definitely kill Kuro. He can kill all of the Eidolons as well. And then after that, the laning stage will break down. You send a support mid, Mickey stays bot with maybe Zai, with maybe Boxy. But there's going to be a couple of minutes here where Nigma basically gets to free farm because of how this lane is going, at least in this particular lane. I mean, the top lane's not going so well for them. Matumba's absolutely free farming, almost doubling the CS of Mind Control. 17 denies. And I don't even think that Mind Control was in XP range for those denies because this guy's level 3.
Well, level 3 to the level 5 of Matumba, man. Both safe lanes kind of having their way.
One thing Nigma is going for them too is that RMN he's actually having a good game. Like, he's second on CS. Let's see what his net worth is looking like. Yeah, solid.
Over. Maybe they could get this kill onto the Undying, but it is a tough chase. They use the arena bottom, and there's the kill on a Miracle. That's exactly what you wanted. That's what you were talking about. And Mickey makes the rotation while they were going into the jungle to try and take care of this Undying. And all of a sudden, the lane kind of eases up on them. So
it does, yeah. That's kind of the only play that they can make. Like, Mickey's the game changer there, so really good wherewithal for him. Like, it's easy for us to recognize what needs to happen because we're not in the game, like, focusing on our own lane. So, like, he's looking at the other lanes and talking with his team and
going down. They want to go after GH, and he's level 3. They've got
that's a lot of trees.
Zombies and treants chasing their way after this Shadow Shaman. The horror movie up there top.
Oh yeah, and now Matumba, I would imagine with the level 3 and Treants, he probably wants to get active, especially with Kuro maybe going down bot.
Venom's Embrace on a Miracle, and Stroke of Fate. They got another kill.
Down. Okay, that's that's without Mickey, and GH just rotated. So that's bad.
They're gonna try and maybe get a trade here, but they trade another one, and it looks like it might just be all 3. Zai does finally go down. He'll use the salve while he shackles, so he does get a good amount of health back, and that allows him to then right-click down Boxy. So well done there by GH to get solo experience and get those 2 kills, but when you kill Miracle and you slow down KuroKy, I think you're okay with that.
Too good.
Mind control, ooh, body block, Treant's doing a good job, and there's another Sprout, there's another kill. Matumba Man now 2-0.
Huh. That's an unlikely kill. I gotta say, I feel like Pango has 2 ways of getting out of the Sprout and getting out of body blocks. 3 if you have your ult.
And the magic missile. Now KuroKy coming over. Zai. With swap on cooldown, stun on cooldown, he might just get chased all the way to his death. But as I say that, magic missile, Phantom's Embrace gets the Shikuchi off just in time, but the Phantom's Embrace will kill off Miracle. They also take out KuroKy. It's a rotation from Matumba Man, and this is probably the tier 1 tower bottom, eating a lot of damage, if not dying as well.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet is like arguably the highest tempo possible position 1, just because he can run around and take all of the towers. Like, for God's sakes, he can take the tier 2 pretty early too. But Armen, very tanky.
Yeah, tanky, but is he tanky enough? Phantom's Embrace, Inkswell right on top of the Shadow Shaman. They've got heroes down here to take care of at least GH. Now the Phantom's Embrace, once again, the Pin of Malice doesn't lock him down long enough. He's tanky, but by himself. Magic Missile, Stroke of Fate, Wave of Terror, all these waves just come in Armen's way. He can't survive. It's now 11-5 Liquid, and they take a big lead early on at 3K.
Yeah, that's a very difficult kill that they just got there. I feel like if they don't kite Armen perfectly, like you could see Zai escapes from the tower with literally 1 hit away from dying. If he gets hit a second time, he dies there. Like, they were kiting around him perfectly, around the Firestorm, not getting hit by the tower, where they could take him down, because he's not gonna die to some like 5-second burst. I mean, he's so huge on Underlord. They needed like 2 rounds of spells to kill him. So if they don't all micro perfectly there, he doesn't die.
Mid lane again, Miracle. Magic Missile, time lapse to avoid it.
Mickey's got an Orb of Corrosion on mid Mars. That is cool. That is an interesting item. Instead of just like rushing the Blink Dagger or stats or something, like he's going for full-on aggression and damage.
Bottom lane, Matumba Man going down. KuroKy didn't even have Black Hole for that one. They use the Fiend's Gate, have the Serpent Wards, the Shackle, the Hex. All is there and all is ready to get that big kill onto the Nature's Prophet. That's exactly what they needed. Now Zai over mid, but again, here they go. They've got the Shackle, the Arena's down, the Spear. It will land onto Mind Control. They'll take the Pango, follow that up with a kill on a GH. Boxy now on the run, but he does survive with a little bit of health. KuroKy drops down the Black Hole. It's not enough damage just yet. The Stroke of Fate as well as Miracle going in. They get the kill on Mickey. They look over at Zai. Miracle one shot from dead. Boxy turns around knowing he's probably gone and will take out Miracle. KuroKy falls afterwards to Matumba Man, who's joined the fight after he's respawned. And a long-range magic missile, but like you were saying, RMN is pretty tanky, so it's not the easiest kill to get. Just put some pressure on the tier 1 over mid.
Yeah, they need multiple rounds of spells to kill him. This game both ways. I feel like if you don't kill Miracle in that fight for Team Liquid, you are looking at a potential disaster situation. I mean, you do almost have the Orchid on Matumba, so there is a way to kill Miracle, even if he's having a really good game. But like, it looked like he was just gonna run away with this fight, as well as like Mind Control coming in. I think if Mickey doesn't hit that spear on Mind Control and he gets the roll off in the river, I mean mid lane river, there is no better place in the game to fight as a Pango other than maybe the Roche Pit, which is about the same place. But he doesn't get the roll off because Mickey catches him from behind. I mean, it's yeah, it's just these fights look like both ways. It could be a disaster if one person like messes up, you know? Like, for example, like if Liquid tries to focus RMN in these fights, if they just feel like they can kill him and they get it wrong, and all of a sudden a roll comes out and a Black Hole comes out, like Liquid can lose this momentum that they have just as quickly as they've gotten it. But they're playing the fights really nicely.
Yeah, the fights are coming kind of close, and it's still just sitting at 3K, so they've kind of stopped the bleeding a little bit on Nigma. They got a kill over on Insania. They ended up trading, though, for mind control. Not exactly the trade you want to make, but it is opening up space for Miracle. And like you said, with a little bit more extra space and mind control getting the Rolling Thunder off, that fight could certainly go Nigma's way.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet at this point just, as a hero, does absolutely nothing to a Rolling Thunder, to a Black Hole, to the, you know, the Pit of Malice. Like, it's very difficult for him to play this game.
Tombstone down, Spear lands, RMN, he's tanky, but is he tanky enough? Magic Missile, Stroke of Fate, and there's the damage to get the kill, and Insania gets credit for that one, and they smoke immediately after that. They might want to follow this up with more kills and potentially going into the triangle. And Ob's down, and they'll just walk their way up. That is no fear in their
Radiant's
eyes.
bottom tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
And Mickey's got his blink, so he's got to start on mind control. I really feel like almost any time there's a Pango in a game, it is the right choice to go on him first. Preventing that roll is just one of the most important things that you can do. Unless it's a pickoff.
Blink Spear, and that's a very quick kill onto Miracle. That is the combination that you're looking for. Arena, Inkswell, Spear, God the God's Rebuke. There's not really much that Miracle can do when he doesn't know that move is coming.
Yeah, he just did not have his Sakuchi. He would need to immediately press time lapse.
This was earlier when they got the kill out onto Insania. While we were looking at the other replay, he did get the ult off, but he ends up dying. And then they chase mind control. Swashbuckler doesn't get him out of the high ground, and he ends up dead anyway. And this is what we just saw.
We are basically just watching a Mickey compilation. That's kind of what that was.
Oh,
Yeah.
baby, a triple. It just needs like heavy bass and everything, and just throw it on YouTube.
Yeah, he is 360 no-scoping them right now for sure.
Radiant's bottom tower
They're just waiting
is under attack.
in the trees here because this tower
Patient.
is looking so juicy.
He's
At
debating it.
117 health left.
By the way, Insania is maxing the Tombstone, by the way. Okay, he's going to be going down.
Serpent Wards, and there is the Radabatos, but the swap.
Just kidding. He is
and
alive.
he will survive.
Swap is a very
Serpent
nice
Wards.
ability.
Wasted.
Yeah. Zai almost has his Aghanim Scepter, too. Which, I think inherently this Aghanim Scepter on Venge is so strong since they added the damage reduction, especially, too. Like, the way you play against Venge is you kill her, because otherwise she'll just swap the guy out that's getting gone on. But if you have the Ags, you want to die on Venge. Doesn't have it yet, though.
Hex, Soulbind, and the Phantom's Embrace onto 2. They got the kill on Zai. In this tower looking very juicy to try and take. The Swashbuckle forward. Now going into the Rolling Thunder. I want to catch up to these heroes. Shield Crash on top of Boxy. Insania is here with the Soul Rip to get some health back into the Grinstroke. And here comes Matuma Man. Well, your chase is taking too long, and now you might be in for some punishment. And by punishment, I mean GH going down, Kuroki falling, down goes Mind Control. And it is a 3-for-1. They chased well too far. And that did not work out for them. They got the tower, but that is a consolation prize. Not even
they kind of
medal worth.
Go ahead with your silver medal.
I said it may not even be worth a silver medal. That was it. That's all I got.
Okay, I thought you were gonna keep going with some like Olympic bullshit.
No. That's all I got.
They kind of overextended after they get the kill on Zai. This exposes their backlines, and I mean, this really is just their backlines making this play. They don't have RMN, they don't have their Weaver here either. So it's like the 3 weakest heroes running at the entirety of Team Liquid. So it does go kind of as you expect, if that is not like an instant pick off there.
It's a 7K lead. They had just killed RMN, by the way. They were in the river. Matuma Man coming around again. He's got that Orchid. He's going into the BKB. He has certainly placed himself in a decent spot to try and put the pressure on Nigma, which has been the name of the game. And we've seen teams with the most success against Nigma just have such a high tempo, right? Tundra doing it the other day.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, I think in general in Dota these days, it's catches a lot of people off guard. Like, for instance, you see them taking this tier 2 right now. Not a very common thing to be able to take the tier 2 this early, but with a hero like Nature's Prophet, the Venge to, you know, help buff up that damage, they can take it. Love Insania's positioning here, just ready to put down a tombstone if they commit. Imagine if he tombstones between the tower, the tier 2 tower and the tier 3 when you're trying to defend the tier 2. It's like you're never going to go back towards your base to kill the tombstone, but then you're getting killed by all the zombies.
Like you said, the one that they're really trying to have kill the tombstone is Miracle, and he's not even close to that exchange. So if he were to drop the tombstone, they'd be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, exactly. As long as it's like remotely decently placed. And yeah, Miracle needs that BKB in order to really show up to these fights, which is why he's not. He knows that he's gonna get Mars Spirit or Grimstroke Silence. It's a very good counter. He's gonna get Orchided. There's a lot to take him out here.
So what's the game plan here for Nigma? Bring this back. Is it again just trying to open up some space for Miracle to get some farm? You know, right now they look like they want to fight. They've got 4 heroes smoked. Not exactly sure where the smoke is worth the admission if they're going to go for Insania and get the kill. Meanwhile, RMN on the other side of the fight, he's getting gotten after. They'll take out the Undying. They'll end up losing RMN. The Soulbind lands, so that'll lock up both the Pangolier as well as this Weaver. And now they're trying to run, but the Magic Missile lands. Mind Control away with the Swashbuckle getting off. But again, that's a smoke. All they get is the Undying. They end up losing the Underlord with Roche right for the pickin'. This is not exactly the spot you want to be in if you're Nigma.
Yeah, I feel like if you're Insania, you're really cool with that trade. And you're also very confused because your Sentry Ward is just about covering where their ward is that scouted him there. So he's like, how the hell did they see me? They have no vision. And he's de-warding. Like, he's de-warding right now. He's like, where the hell's their vision, bro?
Goes to the Tombstone, and now they'll go into Roche. They're going to try and take this first Aegis. Black Hole is available if there's any fight to go from Nigma into the pit, but at least right now it's not looking like they want to go.
Yeah, tough to run into this this Tombstone. I think it would just spell disaster for them. The Tombstone and the Arena of Blood in the pit. You know, if Kuro was a core Enigma. Oh, Mickey actually misses the Arena onto GH
And the Spear.
Yep, but I think they're strong enough on Liquid that they can fight anyway. Could be a good timing though for Nigma. Like if you're Nigma, that feels pretty good.
Again, with an Aegis on Matoma Man. He's got his BKB.
He's looking for Miracle.
He'd love to spot him, but Sprout doesn't land. He'll TP away. It still feels like we're kind of waiting for... We've seen like one black hole that was over mid, and I'm not saying that that's the end-all be-all to the team fight for Nigma, and obviously it's very difficult to want to even throw out something like that. So see if Kuroki ever finds an opportunity to kind of get a play at that. Hard to just kind of walk in black hole, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's got a black hole like one guy. I don't think he can hit multiple heroes as a 5 position. I mean, the guy's got a damn Sage's Mask in his inventory. It's like his most prized possession, you know, not even mana boots yet. So he's very poor.
Inkswell, Blink, that's going to stun up both of them, and they land the Spear, so it's an easy 1-2 pick. Kuroki, Miracle, both going down. It is looking very easy for Liquid now as they have just found every entry point to take out these Nigma heroes.
Yeah, and they have Nature's Prophet as well. So these tier 3 towers are definitely under threat. Sprout, you can permanently tank the tower with your big treants, and he's going for an Assault Cuirass as well, so looking to end.
Swap Inkswell and the Silence. They land the Spear. They'll take out Mind Control. Dead for 45 seconds with buyback, and he uses it immediately. They get the kill on a Boxy. They'll take out the Grimstroke. There's the Shackle with the Serpent Wards committed to get Zai. That is 2 dead. But
Zai back? Did he just backpack his Ag so he didn't respawn? Because he was worried that they could like trap him in the base. I think he backpacked his Ags.
Let's take a look.
Let's see. Yeah, I think he did. Right. I took my eyes off the screen for just a second. Him not dying here. Oh, that was his Ags. He was already dead. I see. Okay, so that swap doesn't matter at all for him. He's just suiciding his illusion. I didn't even realize he died to the tower damage. I was like, oh wow, he survived. That's impressive. Nope, he was dead.
I agreed too quickly. Arena comes out, Spear is there. Mind control in trouble, gets the shield crash off. They'll try to get away with the four-man black hole, but it's, yeah, instant canceled. That's what you're kind of hoping for. But obviously without the cancellation. Unfortunately, though, it does get canceled and Kuroki ends up dead.
Almost sick. Almost sick. I mean, that could have been insane. I think the Phantom's Embrace got him. It was like traveling when he got the hole off.
Yeah, no BKB, no Lincolns, nothing to really stop these options to stop the black hole, and it 0.4 seconds out of your ult is never the greatest feeling.
It was a very cool 0.4 seconds, though. He got 4 guys. That was awesome.
They were already trying to bail, too, so that was kind of like a, hey, we dropped down a Fiend's Gate. Can we get out of here? Okay, I'll black hole. Everybody bail.
Yeah, basically. That was an escape hole.
Look at it again. Here we go.
I mean, surely it was the Phantom Embrace, right? Sure. Because I think he got Matumba in the hole. And boom. Yeah, it was the Phantom.
Yeah.
So Boxy walks into the hole in order to cancel it. Because I think he got pulled in by the Aghanim Shard. But he got the silence off already, so... If he messed up that micro just by like a little bit and he walks into the hole before getting the Phantom's Embrace off, maybe Kuro actually gets like 1 or 2 heroes there.
I like that shard. But again, that's a lot of gold expended for, what, 1 black hole usage so far? Is it really worth 1,400 gold if you're not going to be... I don't know. Obviously, it's a long cooldown for black hole in general. You're waiting 200 seconds between it. So I just don't know if that's really worth the 1,400 gold where you could probably be spending that on something else.
To me, it's kind of like a poor man's BKB and like a poor man's Blink because it helps you pull more heroes in, which normally that's what the Blink helps you do. And then it also helps you not get interrupted because heroes that are trying to walk up and interrupt you sometimes get pulled in. So that's kind of what it is to me. It's like it's a desperation position 5 item that you see a lot of Enigmas going for just because they can't afford anything else. The poor bastards.
Right.
Is under attack.
Okay. You know, you're just hoping they get past the event horizon.
Exactly. You're praying to Gaben that they get pulled in, and sometimes they do. I mean, it almost happened in that fight. We saw it almost happen.
GH cutting the creep wave top. Or at least trying to. There was one lonely catapult that gets by.
Look at where Mickey's illusions are positioned. I know it's like a small thing, but it is a cool thought that you know that Miracle's going to go farm your side of the map, and he puts the illusions in both his jungles, scouting where he's obviously going to be like, you know, trying to farm creeps in the meantime, so they can pick him off. So Miracle feels unsafe like cutting waves and stuff because they have vision of him hiding in the jungles. It's smart. It's like you see teams with like an advantage. Instead of warding the enemy side, they ward their own side because they know that that's where the enemy team has to go. Because if they go back to their own side, they just die.
And like we were saying in the first game, Nigma's one of those teams that's not as likely to just sit in their base and let you come to them.
They always leave.
Yeah,
they always leave.
They always look to farm, and then you're throwing those illusions out and making sure, like you said, we have eyes on the prize.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a thought process behind it. You know that like the rest of the team are thinking of that as well. And we've seen it in the previous game where Liquid will often like set up on like Boxy when he was playing Clockwork in their own jungle. You see Matumba is farming up his own jungle while the rest of his team is you know, pushing in the enemy side. Like Liquid doesn't let any part of the map go unfarmed, and they don't let the enemy team walk out and like sneak past and farm somewhere that they think that they shouldn't be able to.
Simba, everything our vision touches is ours. And
basically,
aren't allowed to have any of it.
Nope.
No Miracle though, he's got the BKB, he's going for the Scotty. Like that's just such a pipe dream for him to try and get that. They're gonna try Rolling Thunder, but that's the answer. Soulbind.
Countered.
Very easily, and then the swap. They'll get the kill into mind control. They look over at RMN, and he won't be able to survive despite the fact that he's got that BKB. And he'll take the top tier 3. One button
Poor
press.
RMN.
There's the counter.
And poor RMN wasn't he got swapped in. He's just like, what the hell? Why am I in here? He got attached to the Pangolier, so unfortunate. He was just the guy that was closest.
I don't want
Funny, he doesn't look like an Underlord in this game. Like, ever since the early game, he's looked very squishy.
Yeah, there was a point where it felt like he was hard to kill, but that's not the same anymore. They've got the Hex as well as the Serpent Wards down. They're trying to focus up at least Mickey. Fiend's Gate is down. The Black Hole is out. It's onto the Venge, so they don't have a way to stop that. They're getting pulled in, and they will pull in Mickey for a second, but they'll end up killing off Kuroki. So now, with GH and Kuroki gone, they'll buy back on 3 of these heroes. They've got RMN going in deep already. There's the Hex as well as the kill, but Zai's got the illusion to throw in the Magic Missile. They look over mid, and Zai will swap himself out, and Miracle getting blown to shreds! Fly Swatter works on the Bug. Miracle just gets destroyed. And they will take the bottom tier 3. They'll look at the bottom set of racks. Miracle not alive for 35 seconds. They've got the Refresher Orb ready to go with the Blink as well as the Arena. They might even end up going for that. The Soulbind is out again. And there is really not much Mind Control can do. Kuroki ends up dead once more. The Sprout with the Spear. That is a dirty combo to kill off RMN. 4 heroes gone. Mind Control can only just watch as they call GG. And Liquid will take the 2 over Nigma. Really, really well done.
It looked easy. I mean, they played very well. They just played on another level. I mean, Mickey, I feel like I was hyping him up in the last game, so I want to hype somebody else up. But I feel like he was everywhere, while also being farmed and while also carrying the game. Matumba Man in both of these games, he was the kind of rock carry position player where he was top of net worth. He was always super farmed, super fat, really making use of the space. You know, Zai with his swaps, he was saving people. You had the interrupt from the Black Hole on Boxy, but like both of these games to me looked like the Mickey show, and then everybody else was just kind of supporting him. And Matumba's hitting creeps like, please guys, please let me do something. I'm bored. Liquid they look insanely strong. They look much stronger than Team Nigma currently.
Yeah, I mean, they looked way more the favorites than I think most people would have even thought in this one. And you've got Mickey shining bright, and everybody has to deal with the brightest star on the team just shining so bright. It's hard to show off, and like everybody did things under the radar, especially like Zai. It felt like he was doing a lot, but it wasn't exactly the focus of our eyes at least. And Mickey gets away with murder basically, and Liquid take the 2-0. So they do